you guys like baseball. Without further ado, I'm going to pass this off so we can get to the game.
And now we're going to turn it over to District 27 Superintendent, Mr. Ken Froebe.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out today. On Thursday, I sat in the dugout right over here for about an hour and watched it downpour. And I'll be quite honest, I wasn't expecting us to be here today with the field done. And so a big thanks to Brent Boehner, Mike Workman, and J&L Strawn Sports Construction. They did a phenomenal job yesterday to make sure that everything was done. Mr. Workman always tells me, or has been for the last couple of weeks, telling me that Busch Stadium opened in 2006 under construction. So I think Ralph Gale can open under construction a little bit too. So with that, thanks to them for spending almost all day yesterday, 6:30 to well after midnight for J&L Strawn. Greatly appreciated. So give them a big round of applause. When I first moved to town in 2006, my son Caden was 7 or 8, and we played over at Jacksonville on the turf fields over there. And I came back and I told Mr. Workman, I said, someday we're going to turf the field across the street, and he laughed at me. And so we discussed it. We knew that the cost was going to be astronomical, and so there weren't enough John Welsh Memorial tournaments for us to fund this. So we were excited when a grant opportunity opened up, and we were able to write a grant through the federal government and put this field in. And so we're really proud of the renovations and the way it turned out here at Ralph Gale Field. A lot of people that I do want to thank, and I wrote them down here. I don't want to forget anyone. First and foremost, the media, Lincoln Daily News for helping set this up, Lincoln Courier, WLCN and the Cheap Seats for doing their broadcast here, New Herald News, businesses in town. And that was one thing that was really important for me when Jeremy with J&L Strawn won the bid. It was important that we kept some local business in town. And so he did a lot of business with Lincoln Iron and Metal, D&D Sewer, Goodman Trucking and Excavating, and the scoreboard. I think you all know that shipping is, right now shipping is often, they're struggling to find drivers. And so the scoreboard was actually supposed to be delivered next week. And I got a hold of Josh Komnick, and he got his father-in-law on it, and they picked it up this week on Wednesday and delivered it here. And so a huge thanks to Worth Trucking. As Josh says, if it's worth trucking, it's worth trucking that you want to use. So, I also need to thank Lincoln Dare and Officer Froebe and Teresa and Randy Goff. They're organizing everything out in the concession stand. We're going to have free hot dogs and drinks, so give them a big round of applause as well. I need Colleen Jadlowski to raise her hand. This come out so people can see. She's our CFO, and she helped me write the grant. And so to secure the funding for this, it's not possible without Colleen. So give her a big round of applause as well. School board members, we're grateful to have a few of them here today. But our president, Stephen Rohr, is here with holding the scissors. He's going to be doing the cutting, or the ribbon cutting. Allie Williams is here with us. Kurt Hollinger and Brian Stolzenberg. Being a school board member, as most of you know, is a thankless job. I would say today is a day to really thank them, because they've been the driving force of support from when I mentioned this back in the spring of, yeah, go for it, you need to do this. And so I thank our board for that. I need to thank Principal Mike Workman, Athletic Director Brent Boehner. Go ahead and give them, they're the baseball guys here. When we resanded the gym floor, I didn't ask for their help. The basketball court I designed myself. When it came to baseball, I know very limited on baseball, and so I turned to these guys, and they did a phenomenal job with helping me out. So again, thank you. We're also lucky to have, like I said, Jeremy Strawn. Jeremy, if you want to raise your hand with J&L Strawn Sports Construction, give him a hand. He's installed fields for the Dolphins, the Patriots, Florida State, and now Lincoln Junior High. So, and the big thing is, thankfully, he treated this field just like he was doing the Patriots field. And I mean that sincerely. Yesterday, he showed up at 7 when I got here, and he went home last night at 1:30 at night. And that's how important it was to him to make sure that we were here today and everything was done. So thank you, Jeremy, for everything. Lastly, I also want to thank Woody and Sue Jones. Woody and Sue, if you'd raise your hand here. They donated the money for the new scoreboard. And if you don't know, I'm sure everybody here knows Woody Jones. He grew up in Lincoln. He played baseball on this field in the 50s and 60s. He went on to be a Lincoln Junior High Trojan, and then also on to play baseball at Illinois State. His son Jason was one heck of an athlete as well, and he played for CEL Panthers and went on to play at Wesleyan. His grandson, and Jason's son, is going to be playing college ball here probably in a couple of years. So, true baseball family, and I thank you for your donation. And I promise, lastly, for sure, I need to thank my family. My dad was here. My dad was here numerous days to help out. Carrie and my kids showed up often to help. A couple weeks ago, they set me down when I came home. They had staged an intervention. They told me I wasn't allowed to talk about the turf field anymore. So I do thank them for all that they've done to help out with this project. So, with that, we're going to turn. We're going to do the national anthem. We don't have our flag up yet, but we do have a flag over at the junior high. So if you turn there, we'll go ahead and turn it over to start the national anthem for us. Okay, if I could have the baseball teams kind of form behind, we're going to get a picture before we do the ribbon cutting.
Need the audience to help us out? Give everybody a chance to get the pictures they want. Okay, good. So we do a 3, 2, 1 spin countdown, and you guys are going to help us. So let's go. 3, 2, 1.
I got it. Okay, before we have Woody Jones throw out the first pitch, I would like to invite everyone around 10:30. We'll have free hot dogs and complimentary drinks over at the concession stand area. Do be careful around the mud. We do need some grass to grow. So I apologize that it's kind of muddy over in that area, but concessions are down the way. Free drinks and hot dogs on District. At this time, we're going to have Mr.
Come in a little bit.
We're going to have Mr. Jones throughout the ceremonial first pitch. Okay, let's play ball.